It's about to feel. Hey y'all, what's going on? Hey, clap it up. Hey. Neighborhood pusher, call me subwoofer, cause I pump things like that, Jack. On the off the track, I'm heavy cuz ball to your phone, up to the petty gov. Sorry, my love, but I'm seeing through these eyes. Biggest convoys with the wagon on the side. Only big boys keep deuces on a ride. Gucci Chuck Taylor with the wagon on the side. Man, I make a buck while I swim. I'm trying to show y'all who the fuck I am. Oh. Listen, y'all know I be like trying to get that non-explicit. We're about to get started. Y'all know I got to do my PCCs, PCIs, making sure that everything is good with the live, that y'all can see me, y'all can hear me. But it's Little Woman Talk with Little Woman Grinding with yours truly. I'm super excited about our guest today. We're going to learn a little bit things of something new, right? Alexa off. Yes, listen. I am super excited. It is that Thankful Thursday today. Each and every one of you guys, I'm doing this from my phone, so I'm hoping I'm looking directly at you guys and not looking to the left or the right. I'm going to make sure that this is streaming. I see it on the Facebook, but I do want to make sure that the privacy settings is open so that everybody can see it. All right, going back up here. Let me see, things are interesting. Okay, see 4, 3, 2, 1. And do I come up? I know what's happening. Still says privacy. Okay, so let me unlock it. Only me, open it public. All right, there we go. Okay. Woo, we cooking with Crisco. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again. I stream open on my laptop or Facebook, LinkedIn. I am sure you guys are good. Most of the time, LinkedIn is all good. So, just anyone that's on LinkedIn, just holler in the chat and let us know, because all the comments will come up and I'll be able to see them. But super duper excited today to bring you guys an amazing young lady who, again, I have met where on the what? Y'all already know where I meet them. Clubhouse. Yep, you're right. The audio app. I keep telling everyone that is an app that you truly need to get on. If you're an entrepreneur, you're looking to network, to collaborate, and connect with other individuals, that is where you want to be. And particularly in the organization that I am in, Women Supporting Women, Connections and Collaborations is what we do. If you are a female entrepreneur, you don't have to be a mom. If you're an entrepreneur and that is what you're doing, and that is what you strive to do for a full time, and you want to connect with others to include in the industry like you did, come on in. This is the platform where to be, because this is where I met this amazing young lady. She's a mom, she's a wife, oh my gosh, and she's a full-time entrepreneur. Yes, you heard correctly. And oh, by the way, she's living abroad. She's from abroad, actually. And she's staying right now currently in the Dominican Republic, living her best life, all the time being on some Zooms with the beaches in the background. Y'all know just like how I do, but she's on the other side. And I love the Dominican. But I would love to introduce you guys to this amazing young woman who's going to actually educate us on some things that I know that she might not even be tracking. I put in on the post, you guys do like zodiac signs, right? You like so like I'm a Virgo, September, based off your month of your date of birth, then that will show you what your sign is. Or have you guys heard of numbers, numerology? That your name can actually have significant meaning based on numbers. So there's so much that's out there, and it's not brand new. Some people think, oh, this is just a trend, it's going on. No, if you really just take a look and look at the history of it, it goes back to BC, like way back. Absolutely. I was looking at some things and kind of doing my own research so that I can kind of get a little of an understanding about it. And then our subject matter expert is going to tell us more about it. But that was just like, I was amazed and like, man, this is like centuries old. Like yes, thousands of years old. So understand that this has been around for quite some time. And there are subject matter experts like the young lady that I'm going to bring up who lives, breathes, and oh, by the way, has made it their business to educate and show others like you and me how these particular things can be impactful in our lives. So I want to introduce to some and reintroduce to others who may be watching this, none other than Miss Anya Vasquez, also known as, oh, by say, the goddess of energy. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Hi, I am very, very hot, but very good.
Listen, I need some of that heat because it's, even though I'm in the South, it's still a little bit chilly. The sun is shining though,
Oh,
because yesterday
really?
was raining. But yeah, yesterday was raining all day and it was chilly, but the sun is at least out. So I like it better down here than I would be in the north, which is really bird. You see, I got short sleeves on, so I'm doing good, right?
That's good. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Listen, you don't even look high. You look kind of chill, like just really comfortable in your
I
skin.
have to say it's been refreshing for the past few days, so I'm not like sweating. So that's
Awesome,
okay.
awesome, awesome. So I told them just a little bit about you, Anya. I didn't want to steal all your thunder, but I would really love for them to know just a little bit more about who you are, what it is that you do, what is your business name, what's your company name, and then we'll go from there, boo.
Awesome. So, well, so nice to be here. Thanks again for, inviting me. I'm always very, very enthusiastic about, spreading what I have around all the social medias and all the platforms. So happy to be here. A little bit about me. I am originally from Slovenia, which is a very small country in Europe. But yes, I have been in the Dominican Republic for over 10 years now. And yes, I do run a few businesses, but my passion is in an energy coaching. I specialize in marriage and relationships. But what I ultimately do is I help my mompreneurs to learn how to leverage their, yes, goddess energy, as I call it. So how to get more passionate, more, thrilling and amazing relationship, how to increase your income, and how to get to all these goals that we have and naturally heal your body. And why I do what I do is, well, everything is connected. So yes, we're going to talk about numerology. We're going to talk about traditional Chinese medicine that I use, but it's very important that we learn that we are, an energy creatures living this tangible human life, and that there's just much more to life than this, going to work, making money, just, doing this mediocre and being fine. And I love seeing magic. So I actually help my clients to understand that magic is not random, but if you understand how to connect all these dots, then you can make anything happen in life. And that's where my passion comes from. I just want to have this one lifetime the best, and I don't want to waste it, and I don't want it to be like, okay, and mediocre, and play small and none of that. And I just want to, bring this people out of like, oh, let's do something. Let's do something more. Let's do something that you've never thought that you are able of doing. So that's basically what I do in a
Man, you
nutshell.
yes, but you said so much. So listen up, everybody, okay? Because people are like, what, magic? Oh my God, Janae, you have somebody on the magic. Us, pump the brakes. Understand, Real Talk with Real Women Grinding is exactly like that. So, I'm about to get hard and heavy with Miss Anya so that we can get this information out, okay? What is this? Stereotyping beliefs, you know what I mean? Magic is a word, it has a definition of what it is. You got black, white. Y'all know that I used to study Wiccan. Yes, I did study the Wiccan. And guess who taught it to me in the United States Army? Woo-hoo, what? Yeah, shut up. Yes, because the United States Army, the military in general, had to open up religions. Yes, Wiccan is considered a religion. So they had to open it up for everybody and non-discriminate against any form of religion. And Wiccan was one of them. And I happened to be in the desert at the time when I started studying it and understanding it. But I also studied Catholic. Pentecostal, you name it, whatever the army put out there. I was going because I was interested. And I was like, where else am I going to get an opportunity to be able to talk with other people who have other different type of beliefs than me? To me, it was just opening up your mind, but also to me, it is exactly what Anya said when it comes to energy. Have y'all seen that movie, Lucy? Y'all might know him, what I'm talking about. It was a big star in it, and it was talking about, the woman, right? She took some medicine, but basically what I got out of it just wasn't that. I got out of it at the end, she started to become the energy of the world, just everything. She became it. She at the end, if you guys didn't catch it, she was like, I'm everywhere. She was everywhere because she was energy. She was that. She was in the trees, she was in the grass, she was everywhere. And I was like, wow. And I also heard, that people talk about our brain capacity. It's 3 pounds, right? It's heavy. But they only say we are only using a certain percentage of our brain. We're not really using it to its capacity. And that's what else I was learning, that kind of understanding from Lucy, because I was like, oh, I had heard that on the outside before this movie even came up. And now they just kind of put it where I can actually kind of see what it meant to be like, what if we could use 100% of our brain capacity? What if? And so energy is so huge and major that right now there are individuals like my girl Anya who was coming in to explain everything is connected, and what you're feeling when you don't know what that feeling is about that energy. So go ahead, Anya, take it away on that energy.
Oh my God, yeah, you just that's definitely one of my favorite movies. And there's a bunch of them that would explain even more to the depths. But if I like to make it as simple as possible, because our brain, like you said, we have this way of how we want to understand, or how we want to put it in a box, and how we want to get to this like tangible things. But
Mhm.
ultimately, okay, break it down. A soul comes to this planet. You're a soul with a physical body, and that soul has a predisposition, has like conditioning. The problem is that not majority, basically everyone, we don't know the predisposition. We don't know what kind of, I like to call programs, for example, because it gets tangible. So like, for example, when you buy a phone, you get some programs on your phone, right? And then
Mhm.
those apps, no? And when you have those apps, make some apps you're never going to use. If you don't know
Mhm.
how to download new apps, if you don't know how to delete the apps, if you don't know how to upgrade the apps, then
Mhm.
you get stuck and you are old energetically. So now us as humans, we get this fundamentals, we have this predisposition, conditioning, and we need to do the same thing. We need to learn what this conditioning is, so now we can leverage it. I was like, oh, I don't like this program. Let me delete this app. I want to, I don't know,
Mhm.
make a million. I want to be in this kind of relationship. I want to be physically healthy. And then
Mhm.
learning how to understand and connect this, because so many people will be like, oh, this is money here, money box, and then I have relationship box, and then I have a physical box. But everything is connected. And if you don't understand the connections, then you cross your fingers and you hope you make it. And then older you get, it's like, this is not working. Oh my God, this is not the way I imagined. And then something starts crumbling down, and more people are like opening up to live this alternative kind of living, to
Mhm.
get to that energy and like explore and test and see.
Yeah.
But the most important is to understand that, again, all of this is connected, and we need to learn how to get to that core, to see what our conditioning is, to know our blockages, and then regenerate our energy to increase it, to condense it, to gather more of that positive juice that will create more positive outcome. But a lot of times we're lost and stuck in our vicious circles, in our conditioning that we're not even aware of, unless there's like
Mhm.
a lot of people that are like 60 come to me and I'm like, oh my God, I've done this so many times and I still don't get it. I'm like, You are stuck in a loop, just but not because you want to, is because you don't see that loop, because you don't see that conditioning. So then I take them back to that core, understand, give them this blueprint that they get of, your soul. And this is what we need to work on. This is what we need to check. This is what, we need to overcome if you want to step into your potential. So one of the tools that I have, I'm sure you're going to ask me something, but is that in 15 minutes, I can literally read every person's destiny, and I can tell you where are you stuck, what's not going, what's going, where your issues are. And usually when I have that phone call, everybody's taken aback because they don't understand how I see those things, not knowing a person. So
No.
that's that thing that you said, it's years and years and old back, because there is knowledge like that out there, but you just got to be curious enough to find it.
Absolutely. So you guys, you like energy. And I know some people like what spirits, negative energy, bad energy, karma, all these different words that we have used over I know I've used it. That's what it is. When you say karma, what do you think karma is? Karma is when you say somebody does something and then something like that's not good, it's going to come back to them. Well, how's it going to come back to them? What you say? Because they're going to be attracting it, because that's what's inside of them, that negative energy. You attract what's internally to you, whether or not Anya said, whether or not you know it or not. Some things that's deep down in there that you may not even be tracking, that's hindering you, because it needs to be unlocked. But at the same time, while you're not knowing, you're trying to figure out, well, why is these certain type of people always coming around me? Well, why is these certain type of men always in my life? Or why is you ever ask yourself that question and want to know? So this is why I'm like, hey, we gonna get down to the real. It may not be what you're used to or what you're normally hearing, because when I was even reading it, and I saw that it went back to BC, but y'all use zodiac signs freely. But do you really know about the history of zodiac signs? It's all connected. It is all related. The stars, the astrology, everything, it is there. And when I told y'all it's thousands, centuries years old, my mouth was like, really? I was yesterday, today old when I found out, truly. But I only started looking because of this young lady right here, because of what she was saying. She was like, man, everything is connected. It's all bound together. When you're wanting to know certain things, you got to dig deep, but you may not can do it by yourself. Most oftentimes than not. Do y'all recall like tribal Indians are the founders of this great state of the United States, who were here first? You guys ever see where they do these ceremonies and they go on their spirit walks and they talk about these things? They talk about the connection with the animals, or they talk about the connections with whatever that vision walk quest gave them. I studied it, but when I was younger, like as in college. And so I recall this now as I'm talking about it, and I'm like, wow, as I was reading about energy and numerology and just zodiac signs, all of that together, I was like, I said, I wonder the vision quest, the walks, the visions, the energy, because and when I was reading the books, they talked about the negative part. Like when you see something on your vision quest that's not, it's very dark, and then they had a shaman. Listen, y'all, they had a shaman. Once they came out, they told the shaman what it is that they saw. And the shaman then took what they told them, then interpreted and told them what it meant in their life. So Anya now has a skill set that she has learned, studied, and now, if you want to be real, like because so I can help some people understand, you can call her like a shaman. So when you have these different things that are happening and you don't know why, but you need somebody to interpret them, no matter what type of name that they're called, just know that you don't want to interpret your stuff solo. You want to be able to give it to someone who, one, knows, understands, and has credibility to be able to tell you what it is that you're going through and what you're experiencing. So, Anya, I know that, yeah, you know this question is coming. The method, you said 15 minutes, I can kind of tell you what's going on. And you use a certain type of numerology, because I also realized that there's more than just one. There's more than Ⅎ𝑒𝓃, and then just that by itself, if you guys, I'm gonna let Anya tell you a little bit more about it, but that even rocked me when it was like back in Nebuchadnezzar's days. I was like, what? Back in days? Shut the front door.
Yes.
And so then I had to go to my word, y'all know. I had to go to my word, and sure enough, it's in the Bible, the basic instruction before leaving Earth. Absolutely. And it's just like, it was, again, another, really? So, Anya, talk about the Chilean numerology and how you use it.
Okay, so definitely, yes, the different kinds of numerologies. And the one that it's the most common one, because you can go on Google and be like, what's my number? And they will give you like a calculator, and they will tell you what your life path is. So that numerology is called Pythagorean. And
Mhm.
that was obviously created by the Pythagoras guy, we know. But the Chaldean one that you're talking about is actually older than Pythagorean. Now, in my world, that makes more sense, because I know that us humans, we already limit ourselves, and we're trying to rationalize a lot of things that in our minds, with that few percent of our brain, does not make
Mhm.
sense. So now that's why I use the Chaldean one, because it all, and now if we go into science of vibrations and frequencies, then we would understand on a deeper level why, because now this numerology connects letters and numbers based on vibration. And there's been so many studies now happening, even with the frequency of water, looking at the crystals, of how crystals change based on what kind of messages, which is
Mhm.
energy that you put into the water. So basically, that's what happens, and that's the Chaldean numerology that helps me depict the name, to see what kind of frequencies you as a soul actually picked yourself to be in this lifetime. So that's what I see, and then I can help you understand, right, where those blockages are and what are the potentials, so you can overcome those blockages. So that is connected very, very closely to traditional Chinese medicine. So now the
Mhm.
Chaldean numerology, again, it's older. It connects letters and frequencies. So it's basically like this, we can call it universal language. And the most important thing that I want to say, because again, so many people do numerology, but they do the Pythagorean numerology, which is more connecting your soul versus the planet, as in what day is good for relationship, or what day is good for business, or how that day supports you or not doesn't support you. But what I do, I break that shell, like I peel all these layers, onions, and I get to the core of your soul. So that's why it's called the destiny blueprint, because I see your soul as a bear. It doesn't matter what day, what year, but what you came to this planet literally to do, what your potentials, what your blockages are.
Mhm.
So then we can, cultivate the potentials, we can eliminate the blockages, not focusing on, oh, if this energy of today is supportive or not supportive, or what that day, but literally from your core, with where your gut feeling is, where your sixth sense is, and basically
Mhm.
getting to that base of you connecting yourself to the universe, and then kind of refilling and sharpening that skill of, like Lucy, you said, I am
Mhm.
everywhere. Like your
Mhm.
soul is everywhere and kind of knows everything, but because the where we grew up, how they raise you, which country, with language, blah blah blah, there's just so many layers of you, preventing you to get back to that core, to that radar, if I say. So now I help you strip that off, so you find that sense that can drive you properly in the proper direction with the proper time. Does that make sense?
Yes, for me it does, because right, I was just jotting down some notes. Y'all know, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all. Get your pen, your paper out. Y'all think I'm gonna tell y'all to do this because I'm doing it. But when she was talking, one of the things that was just popping out at me is because I said karma. You said sixth sense. You said gut feeling. Anya, I know you probably get hit with this a lot. Like, oh, that's just some mojo, whatever. Hey, hocus pocus, whatever. She don't know what she talking about. Just craziness, right? But at the same time, these are the same people who believe in karma. These are the same people who believe in that sixth sense. These are the same people who believe in that gut feeling. These are the same people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
These are the same people who believe in the universe. These are the same people who believe in
In theory, is very
yeah,
simple, and there's
right.
parts of theories people believe, but
Yes.
then seeing the entire picture, and then not
Hmm.
just believing, but then that's why on Clubhouse, I'm the guide to practical spirituality, because we can talk woo woo here all day. But if
Yeah, yeah.
you don't know how to take that woo woo and then make a life that is beyond worth living and seeing that magic, then that's what it means to make it practical and again implementing. So, yeah, that's what you're talking about.
That part right there. I needed her to say that because we only understand a little bit about a little bit. And that's when she was talking about, that's why I started out with the brain. There was a reason why I started out with Lucy, because I knew some people were going to be like, Janae, girl, no, I'm going to keep it real with you, period. 100% with my guest select. Yeah, people, y'all probably like, what? But again, you are also that same person who believes in that little percent of, but you don't know the whole big picture of things. So I always tell people, do your due diligence on everything. If you're going to, believe it in a little bit, know where that little bit comes from, to like what Anya just said, to push you through, to see if it's going to be practical to you to apply it to your life, period. All right. So thank you, Anya. That was great, because we really, I know we didn't help some people like, what they talking about? Karma is connected to the and the sixth sense is connected to the. Yes, absolutely. I would not have put it all together myself if I had not been hearing her talk about it. And I'd be like, and I'm gonna be true. I'd be like, oh, you're talking about that numerology again? Lord help me. But after I started looking it up, because y'all know, if I'm going to go and interview somebody, or, learn a little bit more about what it is that they're doing, I'm going to dive deep into it. I am. And so I was up team no sleep last night, because it really got my attention at 2 something in the morning. I was like, I wanted to use a printer, but my mom was asleep, so I couldn't print everything out. So I was just writing a whole bunch of notes. But it was just amazing to just now put what I was reading from, not the Wikipedia. No, I was literally have to finding no. And that was the other thing, Anya. It was really kind of hard. It was, because there's so much out there, that
You can
that
get
could,
overwhelmed very
yes,
quickly with
real
information.
quickly.
Exactly.
So I don't never want you guys to do what I did. If this is something that you're interested in, this is why Anya's here. I was like, man, she's going to bring something different to the table, because this is not in the normal path of what people think. It's always about mindset, right? Everything's about mindset. You heard her say practical, because you still got to get your mind through to push through, so that you can go in and apply it to you. But before you can start applying anything, you must first believe. Hello? You got to believe, to push through, to apply it. So understand, it's still going to begin with mindset. You still got to open up your mind to understanding. You still got to do the due diligence and look it up. So Anya, okay. So now we talked about that. Now let's go, but as we've got to get ready to close out, I definitely want to hit on the healing of the Chinese medicine. And there's so many reasons why. Real quickly, is because a lot of people don't like to take drugs and medicine, and a lot of people are experiencing like just IBS or Crohn's, or just really bad upset stomachs a lot, or migraines and headaches. These are like the normal things and stressors of life, right? But they're constantly taking pills. And I'm just a believer, after just, I'm African American, and my even they go out into the yard, and they get roots and just different stuff, like when she had COVID, she didn't wasn't taking no cough syrup. No, when I had COVID, not when she went out, and my auntie told her to get some ginger and all these other things, and had my son going out and getting these things. And He had no clue what they were. But then she had all these herbs that she put in a pot, y'all, and did what she did. And it was the nastiest stuff. Don't get me wrong, it was. But do you know that my at the time 80-year-old, no, 82, he was 82-year-old, my 82-year-old father who had COVID that I was helping to take care of at the time, he did not have any respiratory distress, and the nurses were coming in and they just really couldn't believe it. The biggest pain that he had was neuropathic, but he didn't have no like labor pains. And I told them what my mom did with that concoction of herbs and stuff, and they were going into there to ask my mom exactly what did you put in that, so that they could take it and help some others. So talk about it, because I know it works.
So I come from Europe. First of all, I know that Europe and just the US is a little bit different. So I grew up, even my grandma knows all the plants. I grew up with making teas and stuff at home and natural remedies, and I literally grew up away from the medicine cabinet. So even when I did all the the medical stuff, I'm like, don't give me anything. I know what I'm doing, and I take care of my body. But I want to take it back to understanding why the traditional Chinese medicine is just so relevant here, because again, that blueprint, when you read it, I can tell you exactly where the sickness or the physical issues originate. So I'll give you a simple example. A lot of people struggle with headaches, for example, right? So in Western medicine, you would focus on a headache. Okay, I need to heal the headache, but headache is not the issue. Headache is a symptom of an energy misbalance within your heart and within your liver. When you understand that you need to shift the energy within your heart and within your liver, the headache goes away. So in this way, I have seen thousands of people with serious stuff that have gone back to energy regeneration within their organs, and the symptoms that were showing out to their body disappeared. So that's where the Destiny Blueprint reading, and that's why I love what I do and I'm passionate about it, that you can naturally heal yourself on the way, is understanding how your patterns and your negativity, if I may, is literally causing you to have more physical issues in your future. So traditional Chinese medicine tells you that whatever happens to your physical body is a result of your inner world. So now I go into your inner world and I tell you what's happening with your inner world, so we can get to the root cause, and then the symptoms follow versus the other way around. Yeah.
I love it, because, and I'm gonna make it really plain for some, especially my battle buddies in the military. As I was exiting out of the military, what they started to do in the military is they don't really do holistic, Anya. So all that they'll pop pill, they'll take us. It's all a pill popping thing, right? And which is why we have a problem with narcotics, specifically with hydrocodone and everything that's with this drug flow we have in the United States right now, for pain. It was the cure-all, and so now the holistic approach, there are doctors who are going that way because they know it works, right? So offline, they can't tell us, but I've had conversations because I've lived in the health care industry for 26 years. So I get to have offline conversation with these providers and say, well, what do you think about this? And they will say 100% yes. Go to your local, if you got a local Asian store in your neighborhood, go there. And then they would say, ask the little old lady that's in the front of the store, tell them what's wrong. And I kid you not, this is what one provider told me. Tell them what's wrong, and she will go and get what you need, all herbal, and tell you how
Yes.
to fix it. And so I was like, man, now if providers are now kind of changing their mindset and their focus, they know that this is a big problem. So I know, like I told you, it works. And then you just talking about the blueprint to be able to allow you to be able to pinpoint, to show that release, to then like bring it all together. Y'all know Reiki. Reiki was introduced as I was, leaving out of the military. And again, real talk. I was like, what the? I was like, okay, they was like, you want to sign up for Reiki? I was like, okay. I'm thinking it was a massage, y'all. Listen, I go there on that table. And they put the little sheet over, and then they put their hands. I'm like, but I don't
What's
feel nothing.
happening?
Right. I was like, but I don't feel nothing. And then, so they moving on different parts and stuff. But I don't know this person. This person don't know me. They don't know what's going on with my body. But I tell you, and I'll be transparent, honest. They hit where my biggest issue, which is my back, was my biggest issue, and they stopped. And I really don't remember much after that because I fell asleep. But, I was like, how do they know I had issues with my back? I didn't even, they just say, hey, how you doing? Get on the table, I'm such and such, and put the clock on. And then they did the thing. We didn't even have no conversation about what's ailing you, like with the massage, like where do you want the deep tea? They know. No.
I have the same experience with an energy healing. A healer literally grabbed the cyst in my ovaries that I had from my second child and just literally pulled it out, and I felt that. And then after, I was like, it was never there.
Wow. So you guys, we went through a lot in the segment that we had. So thank you for allowing us to go a few minutes over. And I know it was going to be impactful and, get it to you. But, I had to do my functions check. So actually we're pretty much on time because I had to make sure everything was flowing correctly on the platforms. But we talked about the numerology. We talked about the energy. We talked about the connection, even the verbiage of what you may use versus, like what the meaning of it is. Anya explained to you as a subject matter expert because this is her field. This is what she do. This is her business. And she told you earlier, she definitely focuses on, she's very specific, mompreneurs, to help them because they wives, relationships, moms, we everything to everybody. So sometimes it's more like there's no balance there. So that was her focus because guess what? She's walking it. She's doing it herself. So she knew for herself, this is what helped her. Now she's wanting to help others to do the exact same thing. So if anything resonates with you guys, Anya has put in the comments already, how you can connect with her, Instagram, everything that she's doing to guide the mompreneurs to that inner healing, Facebook, connections. I'm on LinkedIn right now as well. So if I'm going to put it right here on the LinkedIn. I'm just going to take it from Facebook and put it right here on the LinkedIn too. So if it resonates with you, definitely hit her up in her Instagram and on Facebook so that you can get more information and see if this practical spirituality would be good for you to apply to your life, right? So Anya, I want you to tell everybody what you got going on next, honey.
Well, I literally just started a new round of numerology in traditional Chinese medicine. So every month I run this course of teaching people how to actually, take the numerology, take the traditional Chinese medicine, implement on yourself, implement on your spouse, implement on your kids, because it takes away the vagueness. It takes away why, we're bumping heads, why this person is not understanding me, why is that person angry? And you really see, again, the basic of the core of the soul, and that clarity provides you calm and peace. So you know how to deal with that person. So you don't, cross fingers and I hope I make it. So I don't have a date for next month yet because I just started this round. But probably at the beginning of March, I'm going to have a new round of numerology in traditional Chinese medicine. And it's a course that I run every month. It's about 10-hour long. And I just take you through all this energy and understanding your body, understanding, the relationship, understanding the money and how all this is intertwined so that you can proceed in your life with more clarity and unblock yourself from wherever it's that you feel stuck a little bit.
So listen, y'all, that means join the wait list for the next one. Okay, that's what that means, right?
Everybody invited. I always reply to all of my DMs, so I'll be there.
Go in there and let her know, hey, I want in on that next one. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. So I am so glad, Anya. Thank you so much for coming in, for sharing the value, for giving that perspective, for giving that more to that little
One
part
more
that
thing I got for your people.
go
One more thing I got for your people because you're in my mom linker anyway. So in my mom linker, I got to give a little bit extra, right?
ahead.
If anybody wants to see with their own eyes and see the Blue Destiny Blueprint reading that I'm telling you about, then yes, just go to my Instagram, preferably text me wherever, and just say that you saw me here, and I'm gonna give you that 15-minute reading for completely complimentary, because I want you to see what I can do. Okay, so everybody's invited.
Listen, y'all heard that. That Anya, that was good. So put, I saw you on
Your
real talk.
name, your name.
Yeah,
I just
put
need
my
to put
name,
your name.
Janae. Like, hey, I saw you on there. Get with Anya. I want y'all to take that up, really. 15 minutes for free, just so you can see. Because I know some of y'all still out there like, yeah,
Especially the ones that are a little doubtful and they're like, whatever. Like, I'm like, I want you to be like, oh my God, what just happened? I want you
right.
to have that.
That part. So listen, take Anya up on there. Get in her DM. I just posted it on LinkedIn how you can connect with her, and you guys see it already on Facebook how you can connect with her. So definitely, it's free. Come on now. And you just
15
curious.
minutes magic.
Like I told you, when the military, had the opportunity for me to just go to different religions, that's what I did. Just so I can get an understanding. Did it convert me? No, y'all. I'm still a Christian. I'm sorry, I'm Baptist. That's why I was born and raised. But it was still good to know. So it's good to know
You
you can
don't know
go for
if
15
until
minutes.
because you don't know, right?
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. So 15
Exactly.
minutes is like, don't come out scared like you're gonna be converted. What? Just go in and understand, like, you have a conversation and see what it's all about. All right, Anya. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for that offer, because that was amazing.
Thank you for having
Listen, Anya. Now that I think about it, sometimes you got to make believers by having a live reading. Sometimes you have a guinea pig to be like, you want to be my guinea pig and do a
me.
live read? Just be careful what you say and ask
Oh.
for. I'm just saying, because anything can come out. But, that might go up for some real entertainment.
That should be
All
really
right, everybody.
entertaining.
You guys be blessed. Have an amazing rest of your Thankful Thursday. As always, on everything that we do, Thankful Thursday, your blessing is for the little things, right? So pay it forward for some things that you have that someone else may not have. You may have $1, someone else may not have $1, right? So if you're in the drive-through line, and it's been a minute since I asked for this, but if you're in a drive-through line, or if you're in Walmart, or if you're in any kind of store, whatever, and you want to pay it forward to somebody, pay the person's card, the one in the back, give 5 on it, give $1, $2, whatever, on whatever they got in their order. Or go in. I love mom, so I'm always going to the baby section, and I'm gonna put some money in that Enfamil, on top of that formula. I'm gonna put some money in that diaper, or in that diaper bag, something to where someone's gonna have a blessed day when they get it. At least that's my intent and hope. And you ain't got to go share it with everybody. It's just something that you do, and whatever you do is enough, because it's just the little things that make a difference in the world. So with that, you guys, we like likes, we like hearts, and we like shares, because sharing is caring, right? And we don't believe in stingy energy, but we always like to close off with this. We want to tell you that we love you, and there's absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, you can do but simply love us back. And with that, Anya, I want you to help me do something.
Of course.
I want you to raise your hands in the air. Okay. Now wave them like you just don't care. Come on, Anya. Hey. Now listen, for all of you guys that's driving, don't do this. I want you to take your hands and make an X in front of you, just like so.
Oh.
When you make this X, I want you to take your right hand and put it on your left shoulder. Take your left hand and put it on your right shoulder. Now I want you to give yourself a big old squeeze. Now consider yourself hugged and loved virtually. So if no one has told you today that you were loved, we just did. If no one has given you a hug today, we just did. So with that, you guys be blessed. Take care. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if this ain't for you, share it with somebody that you know, who you like. This is right up their alley, right? All right. Take care again, you guys. Bye-bye.